Next example, we're going to work on number 8. Number 8 says, during a sale, a shirt was marked down from $70 to $56. What was the percent decrease? So this is going to be very similar to the last example. So pause the video to copy down the word problem, and we're going to work on how to pull the information and work it out. Now, looking at the word problem is asking what was the percent decrease. So it's asking how much of the decrease represent the percent out of the original. Now, it doesn't say it just like in the last example, but it means that you should know that from the original price, how much of the decrease, the markdown price, how much does that represent for the percent? So let's take a look at the prices that was changed. So it went from 70 to 56. So the difference between 70 and 56 is 14. So the change or the decreased price was $14. So the change of it, that will be our part. The decrease or the change in price which is $14. My total is going to be very similar to our last example, which is the original price which was $70. Now, this word problem, this application is very effective when you are shopping and then checking for markdown prices or percent that is taken off. This way you can calculate how much money is marked down or taken out and see how much you save. Now sometimes it's best to double check the sign with your math because sometimes some of it might be tricky or it tricks you saying that you're actually saving a lot of money when if you do the math, sometimes you might not. So check your math when you're reading the sign giving out like, hey, this is 50% off, hey, this is 75% off, this is 30% off. If you can do the math, then you can double check their work basically and see if it's true. If it's not, then you can actually go to the cashier and have them fix it. And if they have to fix it sometimes, that little error, you can actually save more money if you can do the math correctly. So this is a good example on how to double check the math when you're shopping for groceries or clothes or items, furniture. So the total, the total is the original price, which is 70. And it's asking what is the percent. Which we don't know. So basically we're using the same formula, part, so 14 over our total, which is 70, equal to percent, which we don't know. So now we're going to set up our long division. Our denominator will go on the outside. Our numerator will go on the inside. Now, 70 can't go in 14 because it's too big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 0 on top of the 4. I'm going to put a decimal after the 0 because I'm going to add another 0 to the 14, making it 140. Now 70 does go into 140 two times. So I'm going to put a 2 here. 2 times 70 is 140. I subtract, my remainder is 0. So my percent, or should I say 14 out of 70 is equal to 0.2. That's in decimal. If I want to convert into percent, I'm going to move the decimal point 2 times to the right, add a 0 in that empty space, So my percent of decrease is 20%. So that's going to be our answer, our final answer. So the percent for decrease of the price change is 20%.